As we get set for the first half, it'll be Keebra kicking off. Palm Beach Currumbin, the home side in the red and white, running from right to left. Here's the first hit up here by Jack Cullen from Palm Beach Currumbin. Keebra in their traditional colours, the maroon and the aqua. Both sides from the Gold Coast area. Keebra in Southport, North Gold Coast, whereas Palm Beach Currumbin are more towards the Queensland-New South Wales border. Here's Cullen again for Palm Beach Currumbin. And there's Oscar Bryant starting at hooker tonight. Tom Weaver, the skipper. A little kick down in behind the Keebra players, and they'll be bringing it back now through Michael. In fact, it's Louis. It is for the Keebra Park side.
Good kick there by Weaver. That's one of the strengths of his game. He's got an all-round game. He's very good running the ball as well. Got a big future as Tom Weaver. He's one of the Queensland schoolboy young kids too, and a Titan. So Weaver very much on the ball. I like the way they kick the ball, a bit like Wally Lewis used to. Wally could kick the ball a long way, but then it would roll just as far after it hit the ground. And that's what Weaver did then. Got some good top spin on it.
He certainly did in some defence here from Palm Beach Currumbin, keeping Keebra up their own end of the field at the moment. Blake Moser is their captain, that pink headgear at number 9 for Keebra as they get to their kick. And taken nicely on the full here by the Palm Beach Currumbin fullback Keanu Keeney. And what a run towards halfway, almost makes it to halfway. Might crawl his way to halfway, David.
Yeah, he did very well there. He had a good match in the last game we saw here at when they played Keebra as well. He's a threat, Keeney, from the back.
Here they go now, Mariner.
Another Queensland schoolboy, but he's been signed by the Bronx Mariner, the number 4 for Palm Beach. Keep an eye on him. Big lad. There is a dummy half.
Oscar Bryant to play it. Mariner goes himself. Mariner. Chance here, Dean Mariner. Referee signals last tackle here for Palm Beach Currumbin. Looking to open the scoring as they go now through May into Weaver. Weaver just holds it up. Here's Keeney. And there's the captain. Or it's Reef Somerville, I should say. And he's tackled only a metre out from the try line. Very close indeed for Palm Beach Currumbin.
Yeah, decided to run on the last tackle. Not a bad ploy these days. You don't want to put it over the dead ball line with a rushed grubber kick. So this will put plenty of pressure on Keebra. They've lost it straight up. Was it ripped at? Oh, yes, it was. A stripping action. Gets a penalty for Keebra, and they're they had their backs to the wall there. They'll appreciate an opportunity to get it out of their own 20-metre zone the easy way.
Herman Tofeano there. Thought he'd lost the ball for a moment there. And, well, I've got to say, Rod, in all my years of commentating, I've never seen a referee with quite the hairstyle out there.
I haven't noticed the referee's hairstyle, Drury. Tell me a bit, describe it for me as he's off camera. Describe it.
Well, you'll just have to have a look, Roddy. You just peer out to the ground, mate. There's 100 metres to view him as we see a stoppage here, and we're going to get a turnover for Palm Beach Currumbin.
Yes, and that'll put them straight back on the attack now, Palm Beach. So errors so critical, especially at the top level, because the good side, there's the strong action. A little bit of a suggestion there that he might have pulled at it as well. Howe not happy with the decision. Another chance now for Palm Beach to go straight on the attack. You don't want to give them too many opportunities. They'll convert.
Yep, Tom Weaver not feeding the scrum. Here's Keeney looking lively. Keanu Keeney, the number 1 for Palm Beach Currumbin as May goes on now to their 10 in Cade Somerville. Oscar Bryant, Weaver, Cullen on the inside. Oh, crash tackle. Flying around like 10 pins, the Keebra defenders. And Cullen just held up when trying to play the ball there by Moser from Keebra.
Well, let's see if they take the tap and try and put points on. I think that's what they should be doing. Straight into it.
And they go to the right here. Here's Somerville, Cade. Quick played the ball, Bryant. Now it's with Jaden Wright. Jaden Wright only a metre or so out here from the Keebra try line. Travis May steps again and still jinking and jiving, and in the end he makes it very close to that try line. As Bryant now goes to Weaver again. They've got Foran out the back. Weaver a little kick in behind. Foran going through, as was Reef Somerville.
Is that in front of the kicker? It might have been Weaver. Took a little bit of time to get his kick away. Players, perhaps the number 12 in front of the kicker in Foran. So a penalty again to Keebra to get out of their own territory. They haven't been very vigorous in defence, really. The way they've come up off the line, they've allowed that last play there by May. He just danced around for quite some time before they got a hold of him. They're going to have to up the intensity in defence, Keebra, if they're going to keep Palm Beach out. Let's see what they can do with the ball.
0-0 the score here at Pizzey Park. Palm Beach Currumbin up against Keebra Park State High School. Of course, these two sides met in the final last year. Palm Beach Currumbin victorious. I believe they've won the last 3 Alan Langer trophies, Palm Beach Currumbin, or is it 4?
Well, they've been very, very successful. One of the top sides. Another ball going on the deck there. They then went on to play the state final. As we get a pick up here from Roberts. They played the state final, but got beat by Kerwin in the state final. So Palm Beach Currumbin, they're all looking to do better this year. They'd have to go on and win the state final to improve on last year's performance.
Weaver on the insides. Singles out Cade Somerville.
They've got 10 players from last year's grand final in this 17, Palm Beach Currumbin.
Here's Oscar Bryant, wrapped up by Moser, his opposing number, and also Seth Nicotimo from Keebra. Weaver, as they work this side, dummies, goes himself, Tom Weaver. Defence up to the task. There's Foran. As they centre now, Travis May, a little kick in behind. Bouncing ball could go anywhere. Coming through there was Jaden Wright, but they've managed to come away with it here through Elijah Louis, who did tremendously well. Although, what's happened here?
Might have knocked on, did he? Just as he got out into the field of play.
Palm Beach Currumbin players looking like they're celebrating a call here.
Little chip over the top was a pretty good one by May, and then great work from Louis to come from left wing to cover that. He does well too to appear to get out. He just must have dropped that as he placed it into the field of play. And another chance for Palm Beach Currumbin. You'd back him in here.
Yeah, a little knock on there. That was a doozy, that one.
Yeah, he'd done all the hard work to get there in the first instant and then reach out to get across the try line, get out of the dead ball area. Can Palm Beach Currumbin? They've had plenty of chances. They've lacked
Here's Mariner, hold the phone, righty. Can he get the offload away? He cannot. So it's Roberts as they centre now with Somerville. Cade Somerville. Weaver to the left and May to the right. They go short to Jaden Wright, who was tackled. Oh, almost an intercept. They went short to Cullen.
Good defence.
As Oscar Bryant goes himself. He might have made it there.
Wow, Oscar Bryant
got
got
across
across
the core from the referee.
Got across the try line, but just couldn't get it down. Looked like he was going to get there for all money. The referee on the spot saying he's been held up, so they've got off the hook again. Here they go, Palm Beach Currumbin, little grubber kick. Was that played out? That'll be the question. Mace picked it up. He's got it again. Is that a 6 to go? We'll have to wait and see just how much luxury they get in the tackle count here. Right.
Yeah, here's Foran. So Palm Beach Currumbin now tackles up their sleeve. Weaver takes it to the line, sends a nice long pass out with the winger coming back on the inside in Hunter Plogsma. Back towards the centre now. Weaver, Cullen again. And the tackle there was Arama Howe and also Tofeano for Keebra. Cullen plays it as Bryant goes to Weaver with a kick across. It's an absolute beautiful kick. And Michael Roberts, easy as you like, came in like an aeroplane and swooped it up. Try time, Palm Beach Currumbin.
Beautiful kick by Weaver there, Tom Weaver. One of the strengths of his game is his kicking game. A couple of the Keebra guys appeal for perhaps the player being in front in Roberts. Let's have a look. Just a beautifully placed kick. Pick it up from that angle, whether he was in front of the kicker. The referee and touch judge happy. They're the only ones that counts, and Roberts comfortably brings it around. Well, that was a good set there. Certainly was a restart of the tackle count, so they had about 9 tackles at them in that set. And Keebra did pretty well to defend them the way they were, held them out strongly. They had to resort to that kick, and Weaver is the man to be able to exploit it. Beautifully placed kick. And Roberts flying through, untouched and under the sticks.
So Tom Weaver directly in front, adds the extra 6 nils. We'll take a look at this try again from Palm Beach Currumbin.
Yeah, this looks like it comes off the side of his boot, but that's exactly what he intended, to just get that angle across. Knew his winger was unmarked. The defences often come in to cover for anything in the midfield. One of the things, Drury, these days, I mean, there's so many tries currently in the NRL with the 6 again rule scored by wingers, and a lot of them have got clear runs to the line. The defensive patterns have not adjusted correctly, in my opinion, to what's happening with all the freedom the attack players have got now. They run their dummy runners, they hold the defence in, I know all that, they stop them sliding, but I reckon you've got to get a better system that doesn't allow freedom for wingers to go across untouched.
I'll tell you what, Tom Weaver, now there's a name to put down your little black book. Future NRL starter one day for Tom Weaver, the way he's going. Palm Beach Currumbin 6-0, leading Keebra Park. The arch schoolboy enemies as Cullen plays it for Palm Beach Currumbin. Now it's with Cade Somerville. 25 metres out from their own line here, Palm Beach Currumbin, looking just to finish their set nicely here after scoring points. Just with their lock forward, Jaden Wright making good metres, and Keebra, well, gee, they've hardly had any possession whatsoever in this game as Weaver goes high, testing the Keebra fullback there on that occasion in Toya, and Toya does well.
Been a double whammy for them, really, Drew. Not only haven't they had the ball, but whatever they've had, or the whole game basically has been played inside their half. So they've had hardly any possession and no territory. Not a good combination.
What would Coach Glenn Campbell be thinking, David?
Well, he'd be okay at the moment because they actually haven't been blasted off the park. Their defence has been pretty good, I think. The one kick, okay, that'll catch you out. They got a chance to play footy.
Takes it on the full. Oh, shut the gates. Travis May is under the post. Palm Beach Currumbin, scintillating play.
Wow, what a try. 2 tries, 2 kicks. But it started with the fullback in Keeney. He did well to come across the ruck line. This is where he plays it. Mariner takes the ball there, gets on the outside of a condensed defence. The winger not in position.
Just want to see if May's onside here, righty.
Yeah, he's let it go. It's a close one. The referee right in line with it. And May flashes away. May can't catch him. So that's very, very poor. I mean, it's a good, neat, skillful try, no doubt about it. And all players played their part with Keeney and then Mariner and then the backup by May. All that is good, but the Keebra defence was not good. It was from a kick chase that they allowed the fullback not only to get into centre field, but probably make about 10 metres off his first run. And then Mariner was allowed to loop out of the play the ball area. The left winger had not got back to his position. Space there, away he goes. 50-metre try.
I've got to say, at first glance, watching that live, looked like May was in front of the kicker there, David.
You're a hard man, Drury. You're a hard man. Close one.
However, certainly was a wonderful team play, and you'd hate to take that one away from them, as Tom Weaver, reliable as ever with the boot, as he extends the lead out to 12 points for Palm Beach Currumbin over Keebra as they lead 12 points to nil. Here's that try one more time.
Yeah, nice work by Mariner. Gets on the outside, positions himself nicely to put the kick back in there. And May backing up down the middle. Had plenty of backup actually. Had Roberts there as well, and he's a flyer. So that was a very clinical performance there by Palm Beach. They have scored. The kick downfield probably was... They picked the ball up, Palm Beach, 70 metres from the try line. They took one ruck to midfield through the fullback and then just skirted them on that right-hand side and came back with a very neat kick to the middle.
Cullen up to the 20. 2
kick tries, and both of them the receiver has not been touched by a defender. Here they go again.
Mariner. And have a look at him, just making metres with ease at the moment. Still going. Still going, Mariner.
You can tell why the Broncos assigned him. What a very tidy player. Queensland schoolboy as well.
Gee, they've got some future stars in this team. Here's another one. Keanu Keeney. As Bryant now to Weaver. A little kick over the top. Chasers coming through. Work to do for Keebra. Defence was there in... the number 2, Hunter Plogsma, as now it's Dante Pereze for Keebra. The centre 3/4, wearing jumper number 3. He plays the ball, still only 10 out as Moser goes the way of Takani as they go towards the outer side here. It's with Levi Jones, the winger for Keebra Park. In fact, that was it was Wigmore, in fact, and he's just made an error playing the ball, trying to get to his feet there, Del Wigmore.
Can't do it. You've got to be you got to just concentrate on that. The tackle is done. He gets up to play it and plays it forward. Well, very untidy. He sort of appealed to the ref saying he was being interfered with, but wasn't the case. You just got to just lift your foot over the ball. Doesn't take too much. And another error here by Keebra. Palm Beach, well, they've shown they can make them pay. Can it be another kick try?
Here's Keeney from the scrum. A little bit like Mariner, proving hard to handle. Bryant, Weaver, Cullen. Things looking ominous here as Palm Beach Currumbin look for their third as May over the top. And Palm Beach Currumbin with Michael Roberts. Quick play the ball. Bryant to May, who's already scored a try. Weaver, Keeney. Weaver, he'll go himself here, Weaver. And almost goes all the way. Just taken at the last moment there by Matum for Keebra. And now they have a crack there short of the line. There was Foreign as they come this way. Weaver goes high. And bouncing ball comes back the way of Mariner, who's going to claim a try in the corner, but the referees called it back, and it will be a changeover. Yeah,
well, a bit lucky there. I thought they didn't knock this forward, Palm Beach. There's the ball going back. That seemed to be okay for me. And the pass out to Mariner. The referee saw it otherwise. It could have been 3 tries from 3 kicks, but instead a scrum.
Now, you still haven't told us what you make of the referee's haircut, David.
No, mate, lovely haircut. I like it. Always like referees, mate. You can't upset the refs. Don't like it, Drury?
It's different. I'll give him that.
Mate,
it's different.
There's plenty of different haircuts around these days. It's a bit of a mullet there, is there? Yes. Cameron Smith, the golfer, he's certainly got a mullet to be proud of at the moment. See him in the British Open. Didn't help him play too well.
Is there anything that man can't do?
No, his namesake was pretty good too.
His namesake was pretty good as well, exactly. Although I hear Cam Smith is not a bad golfer either. So Palm Beach Currumbin again up this end of the field, Jaden, right to play the ball. They back with May now. Oh, he's spilt the bickies there and a let off. It was the Palm Beach Currumbin back rower in Brock Priestley. And the knock on, well, Keebra, you felt they needed that righty. Could they have hung on another set, do you think?
Well, maybe not. One thing that they have been reasonably good at is being their backs to the wall defence. They've been very loose in other parts of the ground, which has brought about 2 tries. But when they've had their backs to the wall, they've done pretty well to defend. And let's see if they can now finally get a little bit of good possession and put a bit of pressure back on Palm Beach, because Palm Beach Currumbin have had 0 pressure put on them. They played it as they wanted, when they wanted. Keebra really haven't put themselves in this game yet. It's far from gone. 12-0 is nothing. Both sides are good. Keebra only lost 1 game so far, and this penalty will help. Once you get out of your own territory and get a bit of attack ball, we just haven't seen Keebra put more than about 1 or 2 passes together, because they've just had their backs to the wall even when they've had possession. Here's their chance. Just coming up, 9 minutes up to half-time.
They'd love a try before the break, Keebra Park. Here's Herman Tofayano. And now the number 17 is on. That's PJ Putazzi. Moser goes himself. Moser just got a little bit in the way there of Emmanuel Kale. As they go to the left through Matum. And now here wrapped up in the tackle for Keebra was the number 12 in Wigmore, and charging onto it here for Keebra. What a run it was. The interchange forward as they come out the back. Well, the pass was surely forward. They're claiming the try here in Elijah Louis, and it's going to be awarded. Well, a try to Keebra, and all of a sudden they're back in the game.
Yeah, they are, and all they have to do is get down this end of the park and show their wares. Beautiful long pass it was out there to Louis. Big loping pass. Moser goes to dummy half, fires it up there. The popped pass over the top by Toya. Beautifully taken by Louis. The Palm Beach boys complaining about a possible forward pass. The officials happy with it. From here, hard to challenge it. And they're back in the match, the Keebra boys. Didn't like it, Drewy? Didn't like it?
Well, I don't know what game you're watching, Roddy.
Well, mate, I'm watching this one. I don't know how you could tell from here, really, mate. I reckon that's a fair call by the officials. They don't get the benefit of replays, although you can't use a replay for a forward pass anyway. But good on Keebra for fighting back. First time they get down here, and they show what they're capable of in attack. Game on.
Game on indeed. Chance here to make it 1 converted try. I know we're still 6 3/4 out from half time and plenty of footy to be played, but for Keebra in particular, Roddy, I think this is a pretty big kick for them. They need to stay within touch of this ever so dangerous Palm Beach Currumbin side.
Yeah, not easy, this kick on his favoured side though. Looking pretty good. He's got it. 12-6. What a comeback by Keebra. Here's the pass. Let's have a look at it over the top. Reached up above his head to get it. Marginal, but the officials closer than we.
You're happy with it?
I'm okay, mate. I'm okay with it.
Okay.
I can't call it wrong from here. Those guys are pretty close. And good work. The best part about it, though, is Keebra have hit back. They were really down and out there. They hadn't had anything go their way. They get up one end of the park and put points on the board. That'll lift their spirits, and that'll make it very interesting for Palm Beach Currumbin. The bells are ringing there. They know they're not going to get an easy game.
And what a wonderful conversion from the sideline. And all of a sudden, 12-6, and Keebra with some momentum here. And they're enjoying a little bit of possession now. It's Takani on the inside to the Keebra back rower in Del Wigmore. Connor Takani, their 7 from Keebra. One of their best last season, and certainly a leader at this Keebra side. Here's Emmanuel Kale.
Penalty too. Gee, they've had a few penalties that have, well, right, I'm not saying they weren't warranted, but certainly they've been helpful. They've had 3 penalties, at least 2 got them out of their own territory. This one now will put them right on the attack with 5 minutes up to half time. The way they handled themselves for their first try, you wouldn't put it past them to square this at half time.
Tofiano 20 metres out, Moser, and this is Patasi. Could they do the unthinkable and level here, Keebra? They've been on the rack all half. Here's the fullback in Toya back on the inside here to Parise. And Deontay Parise finds himself a couple of metres out from the line as Toya to the 5'8 there in Cooper Matum. As we see another penalty here going the way of Keebra.
High shot. So Keebra, they're going to keep going for the big points. Not interested in 2.
Herman Tofiano was the player with the footy at the time. Here is Kale. No.
Retap. Time back on.
And Moser now with Kale. Moser again. Matum back on the inside. Cooper Matum.
Worried about an obstruction, goes straight to ground.
Another thing that you probably didn't see in your playing days, David, people go down like that as we see the turnover.
Mate, it was voluntary tackle. Every time there was a penalty. If you just fell to the ground like that, it was a voluntary tackle. And you also, mate, at the end of a game where they now just finished the game by running into touch or, you know, amazingly what Sam Walker did there a couple of weeks ago, that was a voluntary tackle every day of the week. And even if you just run into touch, which they still do. So once you allow it to happen, they can do it anytime, any place. Having said it, sometimes it's a bit protective. You need to make sure you don't give the penalty away. Other times you want to go down quickly so you're not knocked into touch. So it's got to be managed, and maybe you take a bit of good with the bad.
Well said, David Wright. Weaver. He'll kick him behind there for Keebra, and Toya have to go back into his in goal. Good chase here from Palm Beach Currumbin.
I love Benji Marshall's comment about Sam Walker's run backwards to end the game the other night. He was fully supportive of it, and they said, well, Benny, why do you say that? He said, because I did it 5 years ago. He was the first one to do it.
He was. Well, he wasn't the first one to do it, mate. The great Iro brothers for the Adelaide Rams. The famous scenes in, I think it was 1998 or something like that, when Iro ran back 40 metres when the Rams were like 0-15 to get their first win of the season.
Was he disoriented that day? Or?
But I don't mind what Sam Walker did. I think that's very different to a voluntary tackle, David.
Well, it was effectively a voluntary tackle. It was just a long way around it. It's not a good look, I don't think. Not a good look for the game. But it was within the rules. Let's say it was a bit like underarm.
So Palm Beach Currumbin now. Please don't bring Trevor Chappell into this, David.
Don't mention his name.
Weaver, Foran. 20 metres out, Palm Beach Currumbin. Their margin's only 6 now as Weaver goes himself. Last tackle. So, chance here for Palm Beach Currumbin before half-time as May goes crossfield again looking for Roberts. Back on the inside to Mariner, who kicks and goes himself. Chance here still. And the referee's seen something here.
He's got a knock on, is he?
Continuous clock in the Alan Langer Trophy.
Well, they've hung on again here, Keebra. Even though Palm Beach Currumbin got up the field pretty quickly. Got back on the attack, got to the last tackle play, another little kick to try and this kick was dangerous. Here's the run. What a good tackle that was from Patasi. They have had their front on tackle. Here he is again, Patasi bringing it out this time. Their front on tackling in the middle has been reasonably good, but they have trouble covering a couple of the kicks, the crossfield. That's a lost ball. Not a time to do it with 35 seconds up to half time.
Not a time to do it at all. That could be a very costly knock-on. So final 30 seconds as it's played by Reef Somerville of Palm Beach Currumbin. Eventually, Bryant, Weaver, as they go across field again. It's through the hands, and Roberts puts on a little goose step. Oh, David Campese, eat your heart out. Try time there to Michael Roberts from Palm Beach, Currumbin.
Beautiful back by Roberts. That's his second try, this time on the receipt of a backline movement. Again, those looping passes to get to a winger who's unmarked. It just seems to me the defences don't read it. There's the long pass over the top, and Roberts is good enough. He had a little bit of work to do. The goose step gets away from an attempted tackle by Takani. Gets across in the dying seconds of the first half. Well, Keebra will be very disconsolate about that. They lost the ball with 30 seconds up to half time.
Well, that was shades of of Warren Boland, rather, 1978, David.
Well, Warren would be happy to hear you say that, mate. The flashing winger, captain of Western Suburbs in Sydney. But I'm still amazed, Drury. I don't want to, sort of spend too much time on it, but I mean, wingers have always been put into space. That's been the name of the game. But in the current game, the defences are coming in all the time, and so often the winger is untouched. It's easy money, It's just easy money for them, and I think there's something going wrong with defensive patterns that sees that happen every time. That where they were just a bit lax. They should have made that tackles there.
Oh, and that one hurts too as Weaver converts from the sideline. And, well, that changes. That could be a turning point. Half-time, the try just before the break, and Palm Beach Currumbin go out to a 12-point lead yet again. Having led 12-0, they go into the sheds, 18-6 over Keebra. As we have a look at the highlights from the first half.
Yeah, good work from Palm Beach Currumbin. They've ended up getting 3 tries to 1 in this first half. Crossfield kick here by Weaver, beautifully placed, untouched there, Roberts. That was his first try. You won't get it any easier. And the ability to come around and put it under the sticks just means there's not enough urgency in that defence. That should not happen either. And then this was from a kick chase, and then Mariner picks it up, gets on the outside, and looking back on the inside, the kick there to May. He takes it on the full. Flat ball at best was the kick, and May runs across to put it under the stick. So 2 tries in the first 17 minutes of the first half. Finally, Keebra got a chance to hit back. Pass over the top there was a good one, and by Toya, and out there to Louis. And then with 30 seconds up to half time, the score at 12 points to 6. Palm Beach Currumbin get the ball back. Weaver again holds the pass up, fires it out there, and May just pops it over the top. Unmarked winger. The number 5 has come in, Louis, to leave his man unmarked. To me, you just got a number off there. Don't get caught out by that little bit of footwork by Weaver or giving the opportunity for May to pop it over the top. Too easy, and Palm Beach Currumbin 18-6 half-time.
Now, as a former front rower, I take it you didn't see too many goose steps one-on-one in your playing career, David?
No, mate. Certainly wasn't in my repertoire. But certainly good times as well.
Indeed they were. Speaking of good times, we've got plenty to look forward to here at Pizzey Park. The Alan Langer Trophy. It's Palm Beach Currumbin leading Keebra 18 points to 6. Second half coming up not too far away. We'll see you then. Welcome back. You're watching the 2021 Alan Langer Trophy. Defending champs Palm Beach Currumbin taking on Keebra in a replay of the 2020 Grand Final. Of course, this round 5 of the 2021 season. It's the home side, Palm Beach Currumbin, leading by 2 converted tries, 18-6. Drury Forbes alongside former Australian Test front rower David Wright for this one. Of course, we should point out as well, and former Wavell Heights graduate as well, Righty. You're a proud Wavell boy.
Mate, I am, and Wavell are going pretty well this season as well. I think they've won 3 games out of their first 4. Might only be 2 actually, but they're certainly well in there. Wavell, one of the elite schools, because Greg Inglis went to Wavell, Adam Blair, Daryl Broman went to Wavell. So it's had a very good career, Wavell, over the years, and they're a school of excellence, just like Palm Beach. It's terrific to see the support these elite schools are giving to the players these days in the pathways.
Now 2 more weeks after this one to complete the regular season of this competition. For viewers at home, Righty, just explain how the final series works.
Mate, there are 8 teams this year in the Alan Langer Trophy. Only 6 last year, as you recall. So they've made it 8. They've added Keebra Bar and Maple Park. So more schools getting involved, and good on them. And then what happens is, it sounds a bit strange, but of those 8 sides, 7 of them will play in the finals. And the team that wins the next grade below this will be elevated to play in the finals as the 8th team. Then one will play 8, 2, 7, and we'll end up with a finalist of the Alan Langer Trophy to play the best team from North Queensland in the Aaron Payne Cup, which is the North Queensland version of Alan Langer Trophy. And then we have a state final and hopefully a national final if COVID allows us.
Indeed. As we're underway here in the second half, Keebra to start with possession, and Righty conceding a try just before the break against a team of PBC's calibre. What would Glenn Campbell have said to the Keebra troops at the break, do you think?
Well, he'd be disappointed as the players. It's a body blow. You know, I mean, I know you've got some involvement in boxing, Drury and the like. You actually also had lunch today with an eminent boxer. Is that Tooney? Was that? Yeah, okay. So it was a body blow, I think, for Keebra, but they can get up off the canvas. If I can keep going with that fighting analogy, they can get up off the canvas, but they'd want to get their act together pretty quick. This is a start. Here's a good start. Popped it up, keep it alive.
Moser reaching out. Some fortuitous play from Foran, and the referee has called held up.
Oh, how close can you go? That was could have been the perfect start. The jump there, tried to knock back by Lataki, and then again the little pop-up pass. Moser goes low and hard.
It was Del Wigmore, in fact, who set it up there for Moser. Must have been close. It'll come back to the 10 metres here. So Keebra still on the attack with Kelly.
It's only the second tackle too, so there's still a good chance.
Moser now to Connor Takani. They need more from him. Oh, lovely pass to Toya. Chance here. Surely. Oh, boy. There must have been a blade of grass in that one, David.
How did he not score that? He ended up going backwards. He sort of spun as he looked for an outside pass and ended up backing toward the try line. That was a points. 2 tries gone begging.
Here's PJ Patazzi, the human wrecking ball. And now Moser. Back to Connor Takani. And there's Cooper Matum, and lovely little pass there to Levi Jones. Deontay Pereze, what an absolute perler of a flick pass for Jones in the corner, and Keebra bounced back.
Well, this is exactly what the coach would have wanted. He would have wanted a hot start. They've got it. They've gone so close on a couple of occasions. I thought they were going to miss out again here. Through the halves, out through Takani to Matum. He gets the pass on the outside then to Pereze. And then beautiful work then to Jones, who does well not to be pushed in touch or touch in goal. The referee on the spot, the touchy happy. Well, they're back into it. They did get that punch in the midriff, Drury, but looks like they've gone back to the corner at the break and come out firing.
Well, whatever you thought Glenn Campbell might have said, let's hope it worked. It looks like it did.
Yeah, well,
whatever he actually said.
Yeah. I mean, they put up a good kick to start this run of play. Good kick, drop ball by Palm Beach Currumbin, And then Moser went oh so close to scoring. Then the fullback in Toya went within a millimetre as well, and then bang over the other side. So a good try in the end by Keebra. And well, again, their spirits will be up. That's exactly what they needed. And this kick would be handy.
Again from the sideline and just across the face, and it's just starting to get a little bit chilly here in Burleigh, Righty. How are you feeling over there?
Yeah, mate, that westerly today, hasn't it been quite vicious? I think it's going to be another cold one tomorrow.
Have a look at the flick pass there to Jones from Deontay Parise.
Yeah, good work, and Jones did well to still spin and get it down.
Now, just coming back to Palm Beach Currumbin at half-time, Righty, what do you reckon Coach Tim McCann would have said to the troops?
Well, he would have been happy, but he'd realised that here's another good break here by Keebra.
Yes, they're away here through Herman Tofeano. And Takani with the ball out now to the centre three-quarter in Lataki. And Weller Lataki. Good run from him. He's Wigmore rather. So Del Wigmore on that left edge starting to become more involved. As Toya now, Takani, short pass. Kalakale, still going Kalakale. Bryant there to wrap him up. And also in the tackle, looks like it was Cullen as Moser goes to Tofeano. Penalty here.
Well, this will come in handy. They'll keep tapping and running the ball. Very quickly though, Drury, I think Tim McCann for Palm Beach Currumbin, he would have said, we've got some footy to play. We've had 3 tries, 2 from kicks, haven't really crashed through them at all. 1 late try, so they haven't been dominant, Palm Beach Currumbin, by any means. And don't tell me they're going to go for 2 points here. Well, that surprises me. I know they're 8 points out of it, but I would definitely have gone for a try in that circumstance. No golden point.
I don't mind it, Righty. I don't mind it.
Why is that, man?
Psychologically, they get the ball back. Psychologically, it's 1 try. They now only have to score once.
I just think that
if they kick the conversion, of course.
Yeah, well, I think they'll kick it, so they get the 2 points. You're guaranteed 2. But I do think 6 would have psychologically really shaken Palm Beach Currumbin. I get it. You get to 6 points, but he's only just squeezed that in as well. 18-12. Pretty good comeback by Keebra at half-time. They were down 18-6.
18 points to 12. 23 and a half minutes remaining here at Pissy Park. The referee for this one, Zach Stewart. As he blows his whistle as we get ready to go again. So Keebra back to that 1 try margin, and it was just dominance after dominance early on, the opening 10-15 minutes of the first half. Righty, Keebra didn't even see the footy, but somehow they've managed to get themselves within a try here, and probably not a bad result from their perspective, with plenty of time to play. Yeah,
they're very happy at 18 points to 12, and they're just starting to get into a bit of rhythm as well. They're using their big men up the middle.
And a chance here is Keebra. Oh, here we go. It's Elijah Louis. Little kick and chase by Louis. He tries to get past Keeney. They might get the footy back here. Good tackle, forcing Palm Beach Currumbin back in goal as Keanu Keeney looks up to no avail. Let's have a look at this again. Takani on the inside. Wonderful passage of players. They went through the hands. Wigmore got involved. Also there, Lataki. And here is Elijah Louis with a little kick and chase. But Keeney up to the task. But Louis was there, as was Moser, to take him into the in-goal area.
Yeah, good passage of play here by Keebra. And they've got a terrific chance now with a goal line dropout coming to them. These kids have got this propensity to kick when they get into space. I reckon there that Louis could have tried to use all the space he had to get around the fullback on his own. Plenty of pace to go with it.
Seth Nicotimo, the number 11 for Keebra, has been quiet thus far. Here's PJ Patazi.
He hasn't been quiet.
Not at all.
Done some damage.
The human wrecking ball in PJ Patazi is playing a bit of first receiver. There was Toya. Looks like that's... couldn't get a number there on that particular individual as we go the way of Moser to Takani. And now it's with Kelekele. Kelekele, he's got his legs moving. That's the thing that would concern defending coaches, because he got the offload away here, and Wigmore's got it down off some second phase play. And a try to Keebra and a chance to go level here at Pizzey Park.
What great work by Carle. Carle, he was the one who charged through the line earlier. Again, takes them on as big as Payne Haas, this lad. Goes straight at him, and to be able to stand in the tackle, they're trying to wrestle him to the ground, pops the ball out the back, and Wigmore spots the opportunity on that right-hand side, goes hard and low, bounces out of a couple of tackles, referee on the spot. Well, great work for Keebra. They've come back to square this up. Their attempt to take the field goal, the penalty goal earlier.
Well, you didn't like it, Righty?
No, still might not be right. It's vindicated to this point, no doubt about it. I give them credit for that. But there's a lot of footy left yet. And they've got it back to 8 in all. And Palm Beach Currumbin, they've got a bit of a war meeting going on over behind the try line. They would be a little bit shaken by 12 points in 10 minutes. This one obviously critical.
Cooper Matum kicked that wonderful kick from the sideline earlier, and Matum does enough to squeeze that through. So we're all locked up here with less than 20 minutes to go, and it's all thanks to this try from Wigmore. Let's take a look at it again.
Yeah, the big man standing in the tackle. It's so important to just try and retain your balance. He could easily have been knocked over there as they tried to spin him around. And then this good running action there by Wigmore got into that bit of space. He went for the area where there was a bit of space, and then once they converged, he went hard. And Palm Beach Currumbin in front of the kick on the kickoff. Well, this is a tsunami coming Palm Beach Currumbin's way. They're undefeated, Palm Beach Currumbin, so far this season. Last time we saw them play here, they struggled against Keebra. Well, they know they've got a game on now against Keebra, who are one of the better sides in the comp, equal second.
Who do you like here with 19 to go?
It could go either way, I think, both sides. Certainly, you've got Keebra with the upper hand. They've got momentum at the moment, but momentum is possession. Get the ball back, and Palm Beach Currumbin could hit back.
Get off the fence, Righty. Who wins and why?
No, it doesn't. I'm just saying that's exactly how I feel about it. Not going to call who's going to win.
Here's
but
a
these
chance.
guys have got momentum.
Keebra. Arama Howe. Mozart. Not far out from the line here, Blake Mozart. Keebra looking for their first lead of the match here. Takani. And here's Moser finding Patazi. It'll be hard to stop from there. PJ Patazi, he is truly unstoppable. Keebra take the lead here. PJ Patazi, what a try.
Terrific effort. Patazi has had a really good, came off the bench, and tell you what, he's got a big motor. He's a big lad, but he will have a go, and he's done this all night. Very hard to stop in that situation. The boys jumping, none the least Moser, who gave him just a neat pass there. You just got to tray it off to those big men. Sometimes those dummy halves can throw it a bit hard or not right in the bread basket. And that's exactly where the big fella Patazi needed it. Comfortably to take it and then take on the defensive line. And what a performance here by Keebra. The momentum continues with them. Patazi crashes over. They've now scored 3 tries in 13 minutes. Pretty good effort. And, well, Palm Beach Currumbin, shell-shocked.
So Cooper Matum here. And that is between the posts. So 24 plays 18. Keebra leading Palm Beach Currumbin, and here he is again, PJ Patazi.
And a couple of big men nonetheless, Cullen up against him as well, along with Scanlon, but they couldn't stop him. A key again. I tell you what Glenn Lazarus was very good at. Whenever he took the line on, he always went between players, and that's a key. Too many big men, or they just want to run at the nearest player. Go between players. Life's a lot easier, and that's one of the key reasons Glenn Lazarus was such a great front rower. Always went forward. Here's Patasi again.
Patazi being one of Keebra's best. They lead by 6 after trailing 18 points to 6. They've scored 18 consecutive points here, Keebra, in the second half. And Moser now with a little kick here on the last, just in behind him. Bouncing ball. There's Keeney.
I love those pocket plays, that little chip over the top, in behind the winger, away from the fullback. It's hard to get out of the corner of the field. You can stack your defences in. You can assume there's the number 5 there in Louis. He would be lined up around about with the goalposts. So that's how tight their defence is. It's wall to wall. There's Louis in front of screen there, forcing Palm Beach Currumbin to kick defensively. But it's a good one, well over the fullback's head in Toya.
Yeah, Oscar Bryant there. Didn't get the bounce he would have liked there, Brian. It could have been a much more fortuitous bounce for Palm Beach Currumbin. But they just needed to get out of there, as we see Elijah Louis. And here is Wigmore. Got the pass away, Wigmore, the offload. Number 15 is on for Keebra Park in Brown. Lanuche Brown. And here's Arama Howe. The lock forward, still going Howe. So chance here for Keebra, just like that. They're in that opposing 20 as Nicotimo. Taken there in the tackle by Foran.
Big play, this one.
Also there was Reef Somerville and Weaver in the tackle. And here's Matum from Keebra, crossfield kick. Well taken there by Michael Roberts. He thought he was away. Might be 6 more for Keebra, it is. And Elijah Louis has the footy.
Well, Palm Beach can't do anything right. They got the ball from the kick and then lost it in the tackle. They're under pressure again. You've got to see some really stiff defence here. I haven't really seen them aim up. They're a bit shell-shocked. They're going to defend their line no matter what here.
Here's Tuera Toya. Finds there in Wella Lataki. And Keebra, what a performance. They are putting on a clinic against the champs, as they've now scored 28 consecutive points, and Lataki scores for Keebra.
4 tries in a matter of 17 minutes. What a performance. Here's where they lose the ball. Looked like they were going to get away with it there, Roberts, but the ball was stripped, and then just so easy for Lataki to get into space there. Again, well, they weren't a man down. Mariner was there to defend on his opposite centre, but he had a saloon run to the try line, Lataki. He's only in grade 11. A big rap on him as a bustling centre. And what a performance. That is, 4 tries in a matter of 16 minutes or so. You can't do them much quicker than that. And Palm Beach Currumbin, who led 18-6 at half-time, well, they still got their heads where they were at half-time, thinking they'd won it. Well, Keebra have got different ideas, and well, they'll take a bit of catching now.
They will take a bit of catching. Still enough time, and they've certainly got some points in them, Palm Beach Currumbin. Another important kick coming up here for Cooper Matum. Keebra, they've bounced back since that loss we saw to Waverley in round 1, though, Righty, to work their way to equal second on the ladder. Of course, as we mentioned, Palm Beach Currumbin in first and undefeated up until this point.
Yeah, great kick, that one too. So converted tries all the way as well. But you're right, Drury. Let's have a look at it. They do it pretty easily. Toya space ball up there to the big number 4 in Lataki. He gets across again, untouched. Once you can come around and score a try like that, no one really on him at all. And you're right, Drew. Keebra, they got a real touch-up by Wavell, as I recall. It was a pretty big score that particular night. But they are notoriously slow starters for their season. So they fitted that mould. But what a performance here to come back in this game. This is as good a strong comeback against the top side. Undefeated Palm Beach Currumbin up until now. We've got 12 points in it. Well, Palm Beach Currumbin haven't had a lot of ball. If you score 4 tries in 16 minutes, you haven't had much ball the other side. And they haven't defended strongly. Their defence has been a bit soft at times. Breaks up the middle. You don't want that to happen. Bumping out of tackles.
Well, they'll have to play the percentages, Keebra, as it's with Nicotimo. The ball's still alive here. It's now with Tawira Toya. They have to play the percentages against this side. David, they don't want to let him back in. Kick for the corners, fine touch, complete your sets. Here's a kick on the last from Matum as they put Palm Beach Currumbin under pressure, and this is exactly where they need to be playing footy.
The beautiful little pocket play, that's what I like to call it. You put them in the pocket, that 10 by 10 metres near the corner, get in there, put 3 tackles on 1 player. These are hard yards, let me tell you. Defence rushing up, you know you're going to get whacked. And you know you're not going to get too far. Good run out of dummy half. That's Weaver, a great ploy.
Yes, trying to weave his way through there. Running in between players.
10 minutes, it can be done by Palm Beach Currumbin.
There's Mariner. And they'll kick, just a little delicate kick inside the 40, in between the fullback and the last line of defence. And Toya, he has plenty of time and space here.
Your call was right, Drury. I mean, delicate, but I don't know why in that situation. That's when you really, it was a lowish trajectory, which is fine, but that's when you really want to punch it low, try and get an awkward bounce up to the fullback. As it was, landed in front of him, got it comfortably. And here they go again, Keebra, straight up the middle.
Herman Tofayano.
They have not been able to handle these big men.
Mozart, here's Arama Howe. Howe gets the offload away to Mozart. Little double pump, and he picks out beautifully Seth Nicotimo. Another try here would be curtains for Palm Beach Currumbin. Here's Howe. Cannot afford to let in another try. God forbid. Last tackle. The defending champions on the rack. We don't say that very often. Palm Beach Currumbin kick there from Toya. Weaver comes away with it and had to for his team.
Lift Palm Beach Currumbin. They're getting all possession back on the try line. So what you've asked for there, Drury, is happening. That Keebra are doing well to give possession back to Palm Beach Currumbin down the other end of the park. But these guys have got some speed men. They can go the distance if they get the opportunity.
Keanu Kenny again, that was. And here is the centre 3/4 in Mariner. And a quick play the ball, Bryant with a dummy, he's through, Oscar Bryant. Bryant, he's still going, he's got support, no!
Unbelievable. I've seen it before, but it doesn't happen very often. In actual fact, I watched an under-8s game last weekend, and this happened, and everyone thought it was quite comical, and it was at the time. But Oscar Bryant, one of the better players going around, just back from injury, busts through, comes out the other side, was trying to work out and think what he was going to do with the ball next. He didn't get support to him as quickly as what he'd hoped, and therefore he had a bit of extra time to think, what am I going to do here? And defence converging. He forgot the most important thing, and that was to make sure he retained the ball himself. Well, that was a golden opportunity there for Palm Beach. They went length of the field, so they can do it. But you've got to take your chances now. You can't afford any of them to slip by.
Not out of jail just yet, Keebra. Have a look at this Palm Beach Currumbin defence. Weaver and also Ryan Foran there. Palm Beach Currumbin, the champions of the Alan Langer Trophy. They don't lose very often. This one will be sweet for Keebra, especially given they were down 12-0 at one stage.
Yeah, 12-0 and 18-6 at half time, so they've fought back on a couple of occasions and now streaked them with 4 tries.
Oh, big shot there on Howe. So the turnover is 4, so A chance here, a slight opening of an opportunity. The door is ajar here for Palm Beach Currumbin. Can they come away with points here to set up a grandstand finish? Jaden Wright, the 13. Oscar Bryant to Weaver. Now it's with Priestley. Mariner goes himself. Trouble here for Keebra. Good tackle there by Parise.
One out won't do it.
Bryant. Now with Weaver. Weaver just holds it up. Chance here. Keeney could go himself. Draws and passes. Lovely work to Hunter Plogsma. And this game is far from over.
Yeah, game on now. Looks like he's brought it around nicely to get it close to the sticks. Should be a conversion. Good backline play this. Oscar Bryant, good clearing of the ruck. Look, he's thrown that 30 metres at least. Weaver another one. So in 2 passes they get it on the outside. Keeney's there. Does beautifully well that body movement to stand up one and just draw the attention of the opposing winger. And Plogsma not only gets across in the corner, but brings it around to make it a comfortable kick. Let's see how they go here. Very important. This one would put it within 6 points.
Well, if there's any man you want kicking for you at schoolboy level, it's this man, Tom Weaver. He'll relish this. Pressure kick with 5 to go. Needs to make it to keep his team in it. He just stabbed at that a little bit, Weaver. He didn't kick through the ball, so big miss there. He just stabbed at it, David. Did not kick through that one. And an 8-point lead for Keebra, a crucial 8-point lead. Let's have a look at the try again.
Yeah, nice work there. You could just see there, Keeney, beautiful footwork. Good clearance of the ruck by Bryant. He must have thrown that at least 30 metres. Not easy to do from a standing position at dummy half. Picked up the halfback, picked up the fullback. And with some good moves by the fullback, put the winger in the corner, missed the kick.
And that is another look at the try there, and of course the conversion unsuccessful. Less than 4.5 remaining now. Continuous clock, let's not forget. And it doesn't help when you let the ball go dead in your in goal. When you're down by 8 with 4 1/4 remaining to play.
Well, that just about could be the ball game. That will be now a goal line drop out.
It's like the Benny Hill show.
A bit of comedy about it. I don't think Palm Beach Currumbin could see the funny side of it.
They did go for the short one.
They did.
Keebra come away with it.
Possession's everything now. Palm Beach Currumbin. They won't want to put the cue in the rack though. They've got to tackle right to the end.
That was Nicotima, and here it is now with Tofeano. There's, look at PJ Patazzi just licking his lips, wanting another shot at this line. Oh, a little bit of an injury here. Some cramps, and we do. Another reminder, the clock continues at this level.
Yes, which means this is just burning up time. It almost ensures, depending, the referee's going to make him bring somebody else over to play it. I think they definitely should. This is a cramp. The guy is not in any great danger. The rule, as I understand it, always is you can come over to the side and have somebody else play the ball. There we are. Didn't even move away. So that could have happened a few seconds ago.
Play allowed to continue there. Wigmore was taken in a rough tackle as Moser now singles out Emmanuel Calais. Cullen in the tackle there, as was Oscar Bryant, and also foreign for Palm Beach Currumbin. Just over 2.5 minutes remaining now. Keebra with Perez. He's had a fine game for Keebra. Back towards Cooper Matum, and now here's Nicotimo. Seth Nicotimo. We've got a little knock on, do we?
Change over.
Change over the call. So Palm Beach Currumbin, they trail by 8.
Oh, that's not good.
Driving defence from Keebra, penalty.
Upending tackle. 2 players there involved in the tackle. The Palm Beach Currumbin obviously want to take the tap quickly. They've done it a number of times, trying to get in their own territory from here. Keebra showing a lot of aggression in the tackle. That was a high shot then. Want to be careful.
And the tap again. And Palm Beach Currumbin through Jaden Wright will play it on tackle number 1. Cullen. Keebra just lifting another leg now as they know that victory is getting closer and closer for them. Priestley. Mariner from dummy half for Palm Beach Currumbin. Up to halfway. Less than 90 seconds remaining. They've got to score, and they've got to score fast. Keanu Keeney for Palm Beach Currumbin. 1 minute and a quarter remaining now. Keeney, he's got to play the ball quickly. They've got to score off the next couple of tackles, and Weaver knows it as he goes high. Palm Beach Currumbin, they've got the footy. Still good take there by Plogsma. They keep it alive. Keebra, though, they'll regain possession with less than a minute remaining, leading by 8 points.
Yeah, well done by Keebra. That's a really great comeback. To come back against any side when you were twice down by 12 points in the first half is one thing, but to come back against an undefeated side who were really playing some pretty good football, albeit a couple of tries from kicks, so they had a little bit, they took their chances. But well done by Keebra. Came out in the second half, put 4 straight tries on, and went on with the job. And their big men came up the middle beautifully. Kale and Kofeano were terrific as they burst up the middle, and then they had some good play from the backs as well to go on with the job. So a good all-round performance by Keebra, and they're well and truly in this competition. And they got from tonight bragging rights. It's always nice to beat the top dog.
Indeed, Keebra Park, they'll enjoy this one. And finishing with the footy is Emmanuel Kale. And Keebra Park with the boil over here. Big rivals. They've won the grand final rematch. 30 points to 22. Keebra over Palm Beach Currumbin.
Pushing and shoving. This is not necessary, boys. The game is over. No, just come away. It looks like it's not going to erupt. Oh, this is not good. Bad example. They themselves need to set an example for everyone at their schools, and this is not how it's done. Disappointing to see that. I know the things had been bubbling a bit at the back end, but that's not good to see. This is the elite schoolboy competition, is meant to be exactly that, put up for the real, the best of the best. Fortunately, nothing really silly came out of it, but not a good look.
30 points to 22, Keebra Park. Let's have a look at the highlights in an action-packed game. And Palm Beach Currumbin, wow. They're no longer undefeated, David, but they did start well in this one.
They started well. That was the kick there by Weaver. Went out there to Roberts. Beautiful kick on the outside. After they tried pretty hard to get across, this was an easy try too from a long way out. Mariner goes around after a kick chase preceding this ruck play. Chip back on the inside there, and May catches it. So they'd got 2 tries from kicks, basically, without really steamrolling Keebra, and that's always a bit of a sign. And then Keebra do beautifully well to pop it on the outside there to Louis. They got back to 12-6. Then 30 seconds up to half-time, they surrender possession, and this is nice work here by Weaver, out to May, over the top then to Roberts, and 18-6 right on the half-time break. It would seem then that Keebra were going to struggle, but they, to their credit, came back with 4 straight tries in the second half. Little pop past this one nicely on the outside there to Jones, off good build-up on the inside. Then they took the penalty that got them to 6 points, and then this big man, Carly, he was terrific. He'd had a big run early down the middle of the ruck there to set up the platform for this, pops the pass up beautifully to give it to Wigmore, and they were on the run then. They were at 18 all. They weren't finished. Patasi, the big man who had really busted some tackles. He did some hard yards in this game. Does well. Nice work here by the fullback to put it to a player in Lataki who was unmarked inexplicably. And then Palm Beach Currumbin have their chance. They're down by 12. They get a good try. Nice work here by Nicky. Fires it on the outside there to Plogsma. But they don't get the conversion. It left it an 8-point gap. And that meant that Keebra were able